Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a great day. We are about to cross over into Vermont from Connecticut on 91 with my wife and the two dogs. And we're headed to look at a car that has been sitting in a barn for 17 to 18 years. So it should be kind of interesting trying to get it out of there. And as we get there, I will let you know more about what it is. But we just realized as we were pulling the camera out that we have 13 miles left until we run out of gas, as you can see, and we have about 20 miles until we get to the next gas station. So that should be an interesting start to our adventure. So hurdle number one is accomplished. We made it to the gas station. So we're going to fill up on gas. We're probably going to get some coffee and some food, and then we're going to head over to where this barn is and see if we can get the car out. So we are here in downtown Brattleboro, Vermont, stopping for a bite to eat. Michelle's grabbing some stuff over at the Elliott Street Fish, Chips, and More. You'll be hooked, as it says on the sign there. Then we're going to head over to this barn and we're going to pull the car out. So the story with this car is it was parked here in 2001 and has not moved since. It has like a 1/4 inch of dust on it. It's a 1979 Jeep CJ5, like the Charlie Angels Jeep. And it should be pretty neat because it was restored kind of right before it was put away. So this is how we found the Jeep in the barn. You can see the dust. It's backed into this horse stall. So what comes after this is kind of what we had to do to extradite the Jeep from its home. What we need is another Jeep, like another small, like an ATV or something. Doesn't look like a Kubota? You got a horse farm. No tractor? Yeah, dude, that's probably the best thing to do is just to try to get it to rock and move a little.
Ready?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
It's moving.
Oh, it's moving more than it has.
The problem we're going to have, if we move it too far, we're going to pop a tire off.
Right, it's going to come off the
It's
wheel.
going to come off the bead, and then we're going to be extra fucked. At this point, it became apparent that if we didn't inflate the tires, we were going to obviously pull a tire off the bead as we started to move it, and then we were not going to be able to move this Jeep at all. So we kind of went on a search for an air compressor.
How's it looking?
What?
How's it looking?
It's looking like it's got 4 flat tires and it's stuck in the dirt, but we have the world's smallest and potentially crappiest air compressor to fix the situation.
And who's brilliant?
I don't know, I found it in the woods.
Babe, tell everyone where it really came from.
Your toolkit in your car.
What were you just about to go buy?
Crappy air compressor.
Thank you.
I made fun of her and then she had one in her stupid little toolkit. She did the same sort of thing in her car. Oh, you got it.
Oh, this is not what I thought it was.
Well,
This is for outdoor fun.
that's for cooking.
Yeah.
Well, we can make lunch. But we'll see how.
Yeah. Give it
I have a
shot.
feeling with that big of a tire, this thing might explode. But we'll find out.
Oh, thanks.
So we were able to pull up my wife's car, use the little crappy air compressor here, and we added air to the front tires. We couldn't get it to reach to the back. So now we're going to try to rock it forward and bring it out so that we can pull up the car and try to inflate the back tires. So we can try to figure out how to make a 90-degree turn and get it out of the barn. There's space for me back there to push?
No, we're good.
All right.
We're good back here.
I'll just pull.
Ready?
Yep. Oh, hey. All right, stop.
Alright, stop.
This is our first chance to actually look at it. I kind of bought this car sight unseen from a couple of little pictures of it sitting in the horse stall. So this is my first chance to really look at the side of it and look at the condition. And really considering how long it had been sitting here, the better part of 20 years, it doesn't really look that bad. Obviously it's very dirty and it's dusty, but nothing looks stained or rusty or ruined. So I'm really optimistic at this point. So here we go. We have got it out of its stall. So we're finally seeing the full Jeep. We weren't really able to record getting it out because it took everybody's effort. It's awesome. It's really clean. It's straight. I'm super happy with this. This is about as nice of a barn find as you could hope to find. I mean, it's completely intact.
Are we pushing this thing now?
Headed to the ramp. Around it.
You guys got it.
So close.
Persevere. So we got the car out and on the trailer, and we're gonna take it home. Check it out. So we got the Jeep home. We're back here in Connecticut. We survived the trip. It's just sort of starting to rain here, but I want to tell you a little bit about this car. So this is a '79 CJ5. It was restored in 1996 when the owner that I just bought it from bought it in 2001. He was moving, so it didn't fit on a trailer, and it got parked in his parents' barn, and that's where we pulled it out of today. But luckily, he did a smart thing, which is if you're ever going to leave a car for a long time, don't leave it in gear and don't put the parking brake on. So this car was left just sort of free to roll, but it was on flat ground, and it was also in a kind of airy barn, so it doesn't really have any rust on it. You know, airflow will keep the humidity from building up underneath it and condensation, which you don't want. So you never want to park your car on top of like a tarp or something, because it'll create condensation under the car. Also, covered it can be a problem because it'll create condensation under the cover and often ruin the paint. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab the hose. I'm going to hose some of this dirt off, and we're going to take a look at what it looks like underneath. It's actually pretty good underneath. Doesn't really have any rust. It's, the paint's in pretty good shape. So overall, a success. And the next step is to get it running and driving, and clean up the paint for good, polish it, and get it back on the road.